I think a lot of people didn't stop enjoying anime because the shows got worse. I think they stopped enjoying it the moment they started watching it the way they thought they were supposed to. And I don't say that as a criticism, I say it because I almost did too. For most of my life, I've watched anime the same way. I press play, I let the story take me where it wants to go, I feel what I feel, and I move on to the next episode. That never really changed. But what did change, at least for a little while, was what I started noticing once I became more aware of how other people watch anime, like when I watch reactions. Not intentionally, not because I wanted to change, but just exposure. Suddenly, I was more aware of predictions, of logic gaps, of moments that didn't make sense. And my suspended disbelief, the thing that usually lets me just be inside a story, felt like it was loosening. Like it was halfway on, halfway off. I wasn't trying to overanalyze, I wasn't trying to predict everything, but I could feel it creeping in. And I realized something kind of uncomfortable. I didn't enjoy anime more when I did that. I enjoyed it less. And that's not because analyzing anime is bad, it's not, but because it wasn't how I connected to stories. For me, anime has always been emotional first. I don't need to solve the plot before it happens. I don't need to catch every piece of foreshadowing, and I don't need to be right. I want to be moved. I want moments to land without me interrogating them. I want to suspend disbelief long enough to let a character's pain feel real. I want the music to hit before my brain starts asking questions. And somewhere along the way, I realized I was starting to protect myself from that. Because once you start watching anime like a puzzle to solve, you also start guarding yourself from being surprised, also from being hurt, and from being shaken. So I made a quiet decision, not a rule and not a declaration, just a choice. I stopped trying to win and make conversations in my head. I stopped watching with one foot outside the story and I let myself feel again, which doesn't necessarily mean blindly or mindlessly. And I started to enjoy anime a lot more again. So, this isn't me saying there's a right way to watch anime. There isn't. Some people love analysis, some people love theories, some people love breaking stories apart piece by piece, and that's beautiful. But if you've ever felt like anime stopped hitting the same, if you've ever finished an episode and felt more tired than moved, if you've ever realized you're watching with your guard up instead of your heart open, maybe, just maybe, it's worth asking yourself, am I watching this to experience it or to evaluate it? And again, no judgment either way. But for me, letting go of that constant mental commentary gave something back to me: joy, surprise, connection. It reminded me why I fell in love with anime in the first place. So if this resonates, not as an advice, but as a feeling, you don't have to change anything. Just notice how you feel when you let a moment breathe. Notice what happens when you don't rush to explain it away. That's all. That's how I watch anime. Not because it's better, but because it works for me. And I wanted to share that in case it helps someone else enjoy stories their own way again. But until next time, sail safe and stay spirited.